Hello, 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 hello. How are you guys? Everything's good? Good morning, boss. Hello, good morning, bro. Hope, great day for you too, my bro. Great day for you, great day for you. How are you guys? Happy Monday, happy Monday, Monday, Monday. Let's see, let's see. Hello, my bro, Moss. How are you? Damn, my bro, Moss. Finally, man, you've been missing. Oh, okay, 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 okay. Okay, guys, let's see. We have some news today. Ooh, should be a very clean day today, guys. Should be a very clean day. Very, very clean. No news. No news today. So, where's the morning team? Where is Jay? Are you there, Jay? Are you there, Jay? Jay, Uber. Are you guys there? Many people here. Guys, let's see if we have new people here. All the people that are new, say something in the chat. You guys are welcome. Today should be a nice day, man. We are on a nice 2 weeks winning streak. How's he? Hi, bro. How's he? Are you new here? First time here. Oh, nice, my bro. Nice, man. 2 weeks. Yeah, I think I know your name. Tauhid. Yeah, I know it. Afternoon, my bro Bear. I was asking for you, bro. The, the afternoon team, you know? First time here. Okay, bro. Okay. Looks like you have 24 people here. Oh, yeah. Always active, bro. Cabby's World. Hi. Hello, my bro. Cabby. How are you? Oh, looks like the more afternoon team is arriving. Jay, he's here too. Uber, he's here. Asher. Yeah, I think almost all the people are there, man. The morning team, the afternoon team. Afternoon. Yeah, Jay, how are you? How
Good
was the
afternoon,
weekend?
team. Hope everyone is doing well. Okay, we've got 4 more minutes left here before our session starts and we start looking for trades. How was everyone's weekend? Hope everyone is doing well. Give me a second. Need to connect to it. Give me 2 seconds, Nuno, okay? Take over.
Okay. Looking for good buy or sell, bro. I didn't look at the market in DHA either, so we always look at the market like after 1:30. That's the best time to look at the markets for our perspective and experience. So we don't have a bias now. We need to do our own analysis and then see what you're gonna execute. That's the best thing as a traders to look at the markets. That's good. Look. Hello, my bro, AKB. How are you? How are you, my bro? How was your weekend? Yeah, bro, was pretty chill. Good family. Yeah, bro. I'm good too. Very nice, very happy. Monday morning, Monday afternoon. Trading. Yeah, that's what makes me happy, man.
Good afternoon, guys. How are you, Nuno?
Very good, bro. Very good. And you?
Good. So seems like gold has turned quite bearish on the monthly once again, right? We've just got another minute now left before the first 30 minutes of the NY Open comes to a closure. And as you guys know, usually we do not look for any sort of positions until it's past half one, due to the first half now just being super booky. And so that's where the volatility sort of starts to settle down just a little bit, and then we can start looking. Give me 1 second, bro. I'm just trying to connect this account to the copy trader. 1 second.
Good stuff. Let's kill the markets today. Should be a very nice day.
Yes, sir.
No news.
Super bearish.
Either.
Oh, look at this though. If this one starts to technically break above the highs, I think we can get a spike up, because the previous 4H ended up closing super bullish as well. But I think it will be just a little bit tricky sort of looking for a buy position just yet, because it hasn't given us that pullback which we need. So let's go over the analysis quickly. Okay, I think everything's connected now. Everything should be fine. Lovely. It's all connected. Amazing. Okay, so let's quickly look at the monthly, right? We understand what's happening on the monthly. We have technically seen our breakout below the lows of the previous monthly candle, right? So we've got the last week now. This is pretty much the last week. Again, look at Forex Factory. Clean day today. We've got literally, simple clean day today. It will heavily be influenced by fundamentals. So again, the monthly has given us the breakout past this area, right? So either the monthly is in a pullback phase once again, or it's rejecting. Well, until we actually start to trade past this 50% area, it is just a pullback, right? So if we go down to the weekly, obviously it's the new weekly open, it needs to give us the upper wick as well, because we understand how price action works, how sustainable price action works. So we know that the previous 50% area is just up here. Again, I like to be very precise with my angles, right? This is where our 50% level is on the weekly. It's all the way up here, right? So again, we've got the breakout area here, and then we've got the previous weekly 50% just up here now, which is 34.34, and this is essentially your daily highs as well at the moment, right? That's the thing. There is this bottom wick area here as well, which has left an imbalance. So what is your more sensible scenario? In my opinion, I think the more sensible scenario will be to wait for this double top to set up from up here. So when I say double top, I'm talking about the 4H double top. As you guys can see, right, the 4H double top scenario up here could be beautiful, honestly, if we can get some sort of a break past this area. We've got clean and simple rejection down to at least the previous 4H 50% level. This is clean traffic area at this point, right, for us, because again, look at the lows are not sustainable just yet. So even when it starts to break past this area now, you've got this retest here coming up, which is another 16 pips below the lows, and once we start to go past this area, that's when you've got the next key area you can start targeting, which is the support area as well as the wickfield area. And so looking at the 1H as well, you guys can see the 1H is actually quite bearish now. It's also respecting the highs of the previous 1H candle. We have established a resistance here. We do need some sort of a pullback. Again, retesting this major level, which is essentially that breakout area for us. It holds a lot of orders. You guys need to realize it holds a lot of orders. But again, another scenario which I can see is maybe some sort of a spike up. They can give you a spike up now. They can start breaking past this area, grab some sort of liquidity, and again, the cheapest price possible for them to start selling gold, which could essentially be this resistance area here. So that's the sort of thing I'm interested in. I want to see what kind of a reaction I get up here. What kind of a reaction I get up here at 1934. If we can get a nasty rejection setting up from 1934, again, 4H double top scenario, as long as we do not exceed the 34.35 area, which is the $5 key level. So everyone understands how the $5 key levels work. That's how the algos trade. They trade based on these psychological levels, right? So every $5 gold gives you some sort of a reaction. If you actually backtest it, every $5 being the 35, the 30, the 25, the 20, these are your psychological levels. And then you've got the major psychological levels being the 50s, being the 19000, being the 2000s. These are your major TP levels as well as exit levels for these institutions, right? So again, try and understand something, right? We are trading at daily highs as of yet, and there is a major imbalance to the downside on the daily, and we've got this wickfield area to the top side. So if we actually just calculate the daily range, it has moved about 140 pips, right? So what's the most sensible thing to do when gold starts to exceed 100 pips on the daily, right? As I've mentioned previously as well, I start to sort of become very conservative, especially start of the week. You don't want to rush into any sort of impulsive entries. You need to understand, as intraday traders, as scalpers, right, we just need the 20, 30, the 40 pip moves, right? When we're just looking for those small movements in the markets, we do not need to buy the top side of the intraday. We do not need to sell the lows of the intraday. Again, what's the scenario in our playbook? Let's see. Well, the scenario in our playbook is the 4H 50% retest. If we have a 4H 50% retest scenario just setting up from here, well, it could also be aligned with the 4H double top, right? So we've got the 4H double top as well as the 4H 50% retest scenario. If it can give us the confirmations to execute on it, then this is a decent scenario that we can trade. It's a very high probability scenario, right? Until then, again, think about it. Would you be interested in taking a buy position? Personally, me, I would not like to take a buy position. My reasonings being, gold is trading at all-time highs on the intraday and it has exceeded more than 100 pips. Well, let's say if this was just a 50 pip candle, I understand that gold can average out about 200 pips roughly on daily basis. That's if there is no fundamentals, right? But if there are fundamentals involved, then obviously your intraday range can be much bigger than 200 pips. So that's the thing. You need to keep that in your mind when you are trading gold. What's the average range on the daily? For us, the average range is 200 pips. So yes, can it break out? Can it break past this area and pump? Yes, it can. It really can. But it has moved about 130 pips. So even if it does go past this, it can realistically give you another like 30-40 pips, but once it gives you a reversal from up here, that's when you can actually start aiming for that 50% retest on the daily, and that's where your range is. The decent range that we are looking forward to trading is to the downside. But again, we need to wait for it to set up, right? We can't just execute on something. We understand the monthly breakout area is just down here, and this is your previous weekly 50% area, right? And we know that the weekly needs to sort of give you that correction anyway. So if we can get some sort of a rejection from the previous weekly 50% area, and if we can align this with our 4H double top scenario, not only that we have top 3 confluences from higher time frames, we also have those confirmations on the lower time frames, right? And that's where I think the sweet setup will be, is going to be that retest of the weekly 50% aligned with the 4H double top scenario. Previous weekly 50%. This is actually on our playbook as well, by the way, guys. The previous weekly 50% breakout as well as fake out. So how exactly do you see the fake outs forming? Well, what it does is it starts to give you a retest of a key area, and then from there it will also start to give you some sort of a closure above that key area. But as soon as you get that closure, right after, whenever you get a new open being a new candle, right? As an example, if I can annotate, so look to the left, right? The key area which we are interested in is the previous weekly 50%. This is the area of interest for us personally, right? So now this is where you want to establish where is gold usually rejecting from when it starts to sort of retest this key level. Well, we can see to the left, this here holds plenty of resistance levels for us to look into. So now think about it, right? Let's say gold is fluctuating up here now, and they give you some sort of a bullish closure up here. Oh, let me annotate this again. Okay, as I said, let's say gold is fluctuating up here and they give you some sort of a bullish closure up here. Now, how can the fake out form? Well, how the fake out can form is it can seem like a breakout, but it might end up closing as a rejection candle. So look at this now, right? It could open here, break, but this can end up becoming a wick, because again, look to the left, these wicks to the left are the destinations, right? And so now if we get some sort of rejection and some sort of resistance forming here, as soon as it gives you the destination wick. So the way I see candlesticks is the candlesticks, they have a job, right? So what's the job of this candlestick here? Well, the job of this candlestick, the green candlestick, is to give you a retest of the wick fill area, which is up here. Now, the job of the next candlestick will be to either break the wick fill area and give us a new range to the top side, or reject this wick fill area and now start to give us a pullback. So this is where now, where is our pullback level? Well, we have the 4H 50% retest, right? So again, do you guys see how we are aligning the previous weekly 50% area, which we are anticipating gold to retest, because that's how sustainable price action works, right? It needs to form lower lows and lower highs if it wants to drop. So it needs to come back up, it needs to collect orders, it needs to generate liquidity, it needs to also grab the cheapest price possible for it to start selling off for the rest of the day, so they can then do some sort of profit taking later on, right? So this is where you've got to understand all of these concepts. And now when you have all of these higher time frame confluences, what you need to do now is you need to wait for those lower time frame confirmations, and as soon as those lower time frame confirmations are there, that's when you execute without hesitation with the appropriate risk management, right? So again, the key levels which I am super interested in will be this previous weekly 50% area. If we can maybe start to push past this area here, some sort of a massive wick retest and some sort of a maybe like a breather candle and then anything that breaks past this area, I know it's coming down to at least a 4H 50% level. Because look at your 4H candle, the open 4H candle, it has a upper wick and it has a lower wick down here as well. So look, this is your range now within the 4H, right? Now technically what you can start to look for now is you can start to look for a rejection from up here or a rejection from down here. And this is where you can also align the rejection from up here or rejection from down here with the closure. Let's say, right, if you get a candle closing below the 4H 50% now after giving you a rejection from up here, then guess what? Your 4H candle is becoming a rejection candle, especially if you get a closure below the 50% level. And what's the probability of us now coming down? Or the probability of us coming down goes up, because this is one of our scenarios, you know, rejecting from previous weekly 50%. And again, on the higher time frames, remember the monthly is bearish, so we are technically still bearish, right? Look at your weekly, previous weekly ended up closing super bearish. So this is essentially just an upper wick, right? Until we can actually start to see some sort of a break past this area, it's just an upper wick. Look at your intraday as well. Previous intraday ended up closing as a breather candle. We love these breather candles, guys. So either a breather candle or a support candle. Once again, like the same thing applies, right? We need an intraday closure that's super bullish for us to start switching our bias. Again, we will be super fluid in the markets, but you need to understand that we are super bearish in the markets at the moment. There is nothing that's suggesting that gold is bullish unless you go down to the 4H time frame. This is where you can see gold actually pumping up now, technically giving you a closure above this area here. But we understand something like this is not valid unless we at least see two candles closing above, one being the closure candle which closes above the resistance candle, and then the other being the breakout candle. So we have the closure candle, but the other breakout candle is not here just yet. And you need to understand, either this will turn into a breakout candle or a fake out candle. It's super simple. So again, it's a waiting game. You need to understand we are still trading technically below this consolidation that we had, right? So at the moment, this could just be that deeper pullback, which can also be aligned with the retest of the 50% on the previous weekly. So you need to understand, right? You've got two major confluences setting up here, again with higher time frame confirmations, you know, gold being super bearish on the weekly range as well as the monthly range. You've got all of these confluences, right, to the downside. Now you technically just needed to set up, aka give you those low time frame confirmations. Whereas in terms of looking for a buy position, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not interested unless I can get some sort of a massive range, some sort of a break past this, some sort of a breakout past this area here, and then from there I will anticipate a pullback and then start to look for those buy positions. Until then, I am not interested in any sort of buy positions, because again, I like to trade within the daily range, right? I don't like to trade outside the daily range. So my comfort zone is the daily range. That's what works for me. Again, my strategy has been back tested, right? It has sufficient amount of data for me to execute on it on daily basis, because it gives me an edge in the markets. But the minute I start to trade something that's not within my strategy, that's where now I don't know if I have the edge on my side, and I'll start to gamble. So this is where, again, trading has to be super systematic. You need to first of all backtest your strategy. You need to accumulate a lot of data, and then you just sort of stick to the thing that works for you. You don't switch it. So for me, guys, I keep it very basic. I keep it very simple. I don't usually like to trade outside the daily range, which I think pretty much now everyone knows here. But you guys have also seen it with your own eyes, even though I am majority of the times willing to miss out on these moves if it's exceeding past the daily highs or exceeding past the daily lows. It still gives me a clean move whenever the pump or the dump is done, because what goes up must come down, right? So there always is that correction. So this is where, again, if you understand how structure works, how price action works, whatever pushes up will come down. It might not want to come down today, but it will eventually come down. So it will give us that position that we are interested in. So again, at the moment, gold is super bullish here on the 4H structure. The way the previous 4H did end up closing as well, very nice, very nice closure. But again, think about it, right? What was the job of this massive bullish candle? Because that's how I see price action, right? It's like every candle has a job to do, right? So what was the job of the previous candle? Well, the job of the previous candle was to actually retest the structure here, wasn't it? Because that's the structure we've left behind. So it needs to come back up to retest the structure just to see if break of structure was valid. So now if the candle has done its job now, then the job of the next candle is to start breaking below, start selling off again, since the retest is completed. Or it could give you some sort of a deeper retest of the area up here, which is the area of interest for us, because it's the previous weekly 50%. We understand it could do that, and then from there start selling off. Or if that starts to now set up, guess what, it's something that we have traded many times before, is part of our playbook, is something which now brings us, you know, the edge will be on our side if we execute on it. So that's going to be a very good trade that we can look forward to. Until then, taking a buy position here, what are the issues I can run into? Well, the issues that I can run into now is, okay, if I do start to look to the left now, I've got rejection area approaching up here, I've got rejection area approaching up here, I've got rejections all over the place if I start to actually look for a buy position up here. And especially, I understand the weekly is so bearish. The minute it starts to retest this 50% level, so the order flow will increase, right? As soon as, you guys need to understand, right, there are certain areas when price will give you a retest of certain areas, the order flow will increase. So when the order flow will be increased up here, we need to see if it's to the top side or if it's to the downside, right? If majority of the orders are to the downside here now, and we start to see the lower time frame confirmations, which we like to see, again, it's all in our playbook. That's when we can start executing on this double top scenario, 4H double top scenario, aligning that with our previous weekly 50% level. And so that's where the edge is. Until then, I am willing to let this go if they do want to pump the price up. You've got the new 4H coming up soon as well. So if they do give you like a super bullish closure now, looking to the left, some sort of a closure above this resistance, previous weekly 50% area, then you can see some sort of a pullback and a pump on the next 4H. Because we understand the behavior of the markets as well with this new 4H approaching. It gives you a minimum pullback and just a one-sided play. So let's see how this sets up. Looking at the 30 minutes, yeah, once again, you guys can see it's starting to go past this area. Even though it is starting to go past this area, as I've mentioned earlier, those fake outs are beautiful. You know, those fake outs are just something I love trading. Let's also just measure our daily range once again. The daily lows are all the way down here, by the way. There is no bottom wick on the daily lows. Let me know on the brokers, is there any bottom wick on the brokers, by the way, guys, on the daily candle, on the current daily candle? Everyone watching, is there any sort of bottom wick on your brokers? Let me know, please. Let me know. Thank you. But what's happening, Khalid? What's happening, Asher? What's happening, AO? What's happening, Uber? What's happening, Tahid? What's happening, Hebi? What's happening, J, EKB, Ayub? How are you guys? Hope your weekend was amazing. Hopefully everyone had an amazing, blessed weekend, and you guys are ready for the week that's ahead of us now. We've been on our 2-week winning streak, guys. Not a single loss has been taken. Every single trade was taken on the YouTube live stream, and we are back again now. And you know, we will do exactly what we done last week and the week prior to last week. And it requires patience, persistence, dedication, right? So same thing applies. I understand what works for me, and I don't FOMO into any positions. I'm very relaxed, guys. Like, you need to operate from a relaxed mindset, relaxed mental state. Otherwise, you will start to chase the price. You need to let the price come to you, relax, calm down, and as soon as it comes, you can execute without hesitation, and you can actually make a logical decision. Otherwise, if you're emotionally all over the place, you will make irrational decisions, and that's what gets you in trouble when you are trading the markets. You have to be very logical, very calculated. That's what trading is about. So again, if one tip I can give you guys, just have patience when it comes to this game. I had to learn it the hard way, but it's the name of the game. You need to have patience. Again, let's just quickly measure out the daily range. I do want to start to measure out the daily range once again. I want to start putting the lows, start marking out the lows as well as the highs. So at the moment, the lows are all the way down here, but I think I will have to scale down to the lower time frames just to see where the wicks are, because I can't see any sort of wicks on the daily time frame at the moment. Okay. Oof, Look at that spike up. This must have been open then. That must have been the, yeah, look at that. That was the market open, I think, wasn't it? Yes, sir, it was. It was the Sunday market open and then pumped all the way up. Exactly. So this was actually your Sunday market open, guys. So Sunday market open and then it pumped all the way to the moon. So you guys can see it for yourself now. It pumped all the way to the moon. And exactly, think about it, right? If they are giving you an open and an impulsive play to the top side is due to the accumulation, right, that took place over the weekend. So now if the accumulation took place, they've given you the pump. At this point they are forming some sort of imbalance, some sort of major imbalance. So the minute we start to release some pressure now and start to see some sort of bearish momentum kicking into the markets, potentially from this key level, you know, it gives you a very nice trade to the downside in my opinion. But again, we need to let this set up though. New here, what's up? What's happening, Mike? What's happening, Defense? Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam, bro. How are you? Hopefully you are doing well. But yeah, it's just a waiting game. Got 9 more minutes left before the new 4H opens, and let's see what we can do in the markets today. Should be an amazing day once again today. Daily lows are all the way down here. I do want to mark them, just want to be precise with it, but essentially, yeah, it is just down here now. This was a clean open and pump, wasn't it, on the daily lows? Clean open and pump. So daily lows area is basically 1919.60. 1919.60 is the daily lows area. Then you've got the daily 50% area just creeping somewhere up here, and then the daily highs are just up there as well. So your daily 50% area is essentially here. I think this can also be aligned with your what's it called, 4H 50% area. So looking for a retest now actually is a very realistic target, because they do need to give you some sort of a leg down. And you know, we're not expecting gold to start dropping all the way down until the daily lows, but we are anticipating some sort of a clean retest of the 50% level, at least either on the intraday or the 50% on the 4H, which is again part of our playbook, right? So now think about it. If we do start to form some sort of key rejections, some sort of nice rejections from up here, also suggesting some sort of you know, bearish momentum in the markets, again, we are not just anticipating a rejection. We need to align the rejection with momentum. Ooh, this is where the okay guys, now pay attention to this, right? Remember I spoke about the fake outs. Pay attention to this area here now. We have seen a closure above this resistance area. Remember I was telling you guys how the fake outs form. You get one candle closing above the structure, above the resistance, and then the next one technically starts to give you a rejection, and it will start to either close back below the resistance, or it will just be a nice clean dump candle that starts to break the lows of the candle that ended up closing above your resistance, right? So pay attention to this as well, because we do have 7 more minutes left. If this candle here technically starts to make the previous candle invalid, then this is a fake out. That's a low time frame confirmation which we are seeing. So if we do see a fake out forming from up here, now this is where, right, you can align the lower time frame confirmation with the new 4H open. We understand the behavior of the markets with the new 4H open. It usually gives you a one-sided play. So if we do see a nice clean rejection from up here, the new 4H opens gives you some sort of a minimum pullback and starts to break the lows. I think it's a valid confirmation to start selling the markets, right? Are you no Urdu? This is an English stream, guys. Will not be speaking any other languages. It will strictly an English stream. So yeah, I do understand and speak Urdu. Yes, I do. But yeah, essentially this is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm interested in. Obviously it is a Monday, so you don't need to have any sort of like impulsiveness, right? You need to sort of just let this play out. 1 second, give me a second. Let me just see if I have everything set up here. Okay, perfect. So yeah, what's up, Nuno? How was your birthday weekend? People were asking, man. What did you do for your birthday, bro?
Yeah, just a minimal thing with the family, you know.
Nice. How about everyone else, guys? What did you guys get up to on the weekend? Did you guys have some fun? Did you guys spend time with your family, or did you guys go out and party? What did you guys do?
My birthday, bro. I drink sparkling water. You remember?
Sparkling, that's it, my bro. That's it. That's it. Sparkling water is the best, bro.
It was a week time, so I don't. I prefer, bro. Don't drink nothing. Drink a sparkling water because trading next day
Yes, sir.
can
Yes,
mess
sir.
up, you know.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir. Revising for my exams to escape the matrix.
revising from my majors.
Wife and I was just waiting for our baby girl to be born. Oh, congratulations, my brother. Congratulations. And gym. Yeah, I need to hop back on my gym grind as well. Just being super busy, man. I need to get back on it as well. Yeah, for us, very, very same old stuff as well. Just like meetings, a lot of meetings, a lot of meetings and just a lot of other business stuff as well. When you are running businesses, like weekends don't really exist. To be honest with you, every day can be a weekend because every day is pretty much the same thing. You just work every day, but if you want to take the day off, you can take the day off. Does that make sense? So in a way, when you have businesses, every day is a weekend anyway, so nothing really changes. I think it's more for those people who are in the system, under the 9 to 5 trap. That's where like weekend is a big thing because you've been slaving away for the weekend. Now all of a sudden you've got this time to just do whatever you want to do. But when even when you are a trader, weekends are really just boring, to be honest. I always want the weekends to be done with, and because we love trading, this is what we do full
Sure.
time. That's how we make our money, and we're really passionate about this. So I wish the markets were open at least like 6 days a week, but honestly. But again, even though I say that, you do need to relax, you do need to rejuvenate. So weekends are actually very important because if you were trading 7 days a week, the stress levels will be super high. So to a certain extent, it is actually really good for us to have this breather on the weekends just to relax, take some time off, and we can always come back with a fresh mindset. Especially, do you know what? I think weekends really did help me at the start of my journey when I was taking a lot of losses. I think it would give me time to just reset because I've noticed, right, if you are on like a crazy losing streak, which was a very common occurrence for me at the start of my trading journey, what weekends would do for me is weekends would let me just switch off and sort of like strategize how I can come back, and then boom, I'll attack the markets again. So I think weekends are actually really, really good for us. But it depends how you use your weekends as well. If you're just partying, getting drunk, then man, that's terrible. Not only that's terrible for your health, it's terrible for your mind. And this is a mental game. It's all about the mindset. So again, it depends how you use your weekends. Are you using it to relax, rejuvenate, getting ready for the week that's ahead of you? Or are you just like numbing your mind? You're trying to escape the stress in the wrong ways, and you're trying to just forget about your problems, because you can never forget about your problems. They will catch up to you. So that's where, again, it depends how you use the weekends, but if you use it the right way, it can be really good for you as a trader. That's one thing I've noticed. So I think weekends are very important. People actually don't understand. That's what kind of like makes or breaks you. It really does. And the country that I live in, the culture is pretty much, people wait for weekends and then they either in pubs, bars, or clubs just drinking away their problems. I understand it's the culture, I'm not trying to bash it, but man, it's just something I can't wrap my head around. How could you just like work the whole week and then on the weekend you're numbing your mind, you're just messing up everything. I don't know. Nobody to judge, but as a trader, I think you can't really, the culture that they promote, the trader lifestyle is complete BS. I'll be honest with you guys. There we go. We've got the closure now. 30-minute 4H closing as a resistance candle at this point now. And so we have technically looking like a breather candle at the moment. Very nice rejection on the 30 minutes. Ooh, it is a breather candle, isn't it? Very nice rejection as well at this point, to be fair. This is where you can see that sell position setting up very nicely. Looking at the 1H as well, because if they do want to sort of give you, let's wait for at least the first 5 minutes of the new 4H. Because of the spikiness, I don't think I want to execute on anything, but I think this is where you can really start to get that sell-off. you really can start to get that sell off on gold. And I am interested in this sell off here now. You know, you are seeing nasty rejections from up here, but we have been consolidating within this area for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 30-minute candles. So I think it will be a safer bet to look for something past this area here on the 1H. How big is the previous 1H? Yeah, let's look for a sell-off on the break of the previous 1H lows. Okay, as so's above the highs of the previous 1H lows, very decent stop loss, and then again target the 4H level on the previous candle, 4H 50% level of the previous candle. Okay, so we'll go for our sell entry, but we are going to use our 1H breakout as a confirmation to enter the markets, because you guys can see it, right? Markets have been consolidating within this range, so I just don't want to get caught in any sort of consolidation. So I'm willing to miss out on some pips today, but I just wanna make sure that I don't get caught into any sort of consolidation. I don't like consolidations, so I'm willing to sacrifice on some pips just to make sure that it gives me a decent valid breakout. Because what it can do is it can give you a 30-minute breakout now, give you a wick foot, and then start pumping back up. So I think it will be a safer bet to start using the lows of the previous 1 hour as your confirmation to enter the markets. This is the previous 4H 50% area, which we can start targeting. Let's also mark this up, 4H 50%. 10 AM 4H 50% area. That's your 10 AM 4H candle. That would be our target essentially, right? 27.63. Okay, again, look at the 30 minutes now. There is a reason we haven't executed on a position just yet, because we understand markets are technically consolidating at the moment, right? This is again on the 30-minute time frame. We can see that we've been stuck within this consolidation ever since 9 AM. So that's obviously something you need to keep in your mind, and something that we do need to see gold breaking past. So that's why we are going to stay out of the markets and not use the 30-minute breakout as a confirmation today. Instead, use our 1 hour as a confirmation, because what happens when you're consolidating, the breakouts are invalid, because what happens is markets can very easily give you a breakout and then from there just not respect anything and just start bouncing back to the top side. Unless you have a valid breakout, I don't think it's a sensible thing to trade anything in the markets. So even the safest play, I think, will be some sort of a closure below this, closure, retest, and break. So that's the support area I really do want to see gold sort of breaking past, right? And that's where you have the 1H lows as well, essentially. So anything below this, I think, becomes a decent sell setup. It sets up with everything, right? So I think 5 pips below the 1H lows gives you a really good drop on gold. It really does. And the TP is actually quite decent as well. You do have plenty of room to the top side. 50% target on this, yeah, you've got plenty of room to the downside. Then you've got the daily 50% area down here, and we know the imbalance that we have on the daily. They could drop the price now for the rest of the session. It is a decent play in the markets. It definitely is. I do like it. So again, 2 ways you can trade this: either looking for an impulsive break below this, or you can try and understand that gold is in a consolidation and it could reject and start pumping back up, and at that point we have no control as traders. But if you want to gain some more control in the markets, then what you can do is stay away from the markets, not take an impulsive entry here, which should be valid on the breakout. So again, I will always give you guys 2 entries, right? Impulsive entries and entry which is a higher confirmation entry. So if you want to be extra safe today, you can wait for some sort of a closure below this and then take it. But let's take the impulsive entry here, because again, we have been back testing the 4H, right? What the 4H usually does is it gives you a one-sided play in the markets, right? It doesn't give you a 2-way play. So it doesn't give you like an upper wick and then a bottom wick and then an upper wick then a bottom wick. It just gives you an upper wick and then it just goes one way, or it just gives you a bottom wick and then it just goes one way. So that's where we are just being extra cautious. We're not taking a breakout here, but we're going to be extra cautious and look for something past this area, because the minute we start to go past this area now, this support area here, essentially, that's when you need to start looking at the bigger picture, right? That's where you're anticipating technically gold to give you that sort of retest of the previous 50% area. So the approximately, this is around how many pips now? Yeah, this is a decent range. You've got at least 20 pips now before this area here gets hit. So now look to the left, look to the left, look to the left. We need to find an area where we can make our price risk-free. So look at this. Again, we can look to the left. There is a resistance there and there is a rejection here. We could technically make a risk-free, let's say around this area. So we'll wait for price to come to our level first before we start looking for the risk-free areas. But I think this is a decent trade setting up now for us. Very decent trade. Actually guys, let's look for this on the breakout. It really depends, and this is where you want to start making it risk-free. Essentially on the breakout, this is about 13-14 pips. This is your TP1 break-free area, risk-free area. I'll set alert here because again we are consolidating, so there is a very high chance they give you a dump and then start to close the price back above. So you do want to apply risk management. And again, everyone understands the potential to the downside, right? Everyone understands the potential. If they do start to give you some sort of a breakout past this daily 50% area, combine it with the you know, breakout above this resistance and now closure back below this resistance, this is becoming a HTF fake out, right? HTF range fake out. And so now align the same scenario with your, what's it called, 4H double top. See, it's becoming very decent, right? Very, very decent. You know, you're seeing a lot of confirmations. The only issue, as I said, I have with this is this consolidation. This consolidation is kind of throwing me off a little bit. I think what we can do is, because I'm also thinking now, what if they actually do give you a breakout and then start to close the price back above, and then the NYSE just pumps all the way back up? You know, I am thinking about maybe actually, you know what guys, we will actually wait for a little bit, actually a bit more. Yeah, let's wait for a decent confirmation, because of the way the previous 4H closed, it didn't give you like the 50% closure below 50%, did it? No, it didn't. Okay, so actually let's be safe today. It is a Monday. Let's wait for a break past the 4H level at least before we start looking for the sell-off. Yeah, let's be safe today. It's a Monday, we will be safe today. Yeah, it is a smart move because it didn't give you a decent bearish closure either. So due to the volatility that comes in with the 4H, it could just be forming a low. So we will wait for some sort of a bearish closure at least below this area here. So if you can get some sort of a closure at least below this area, even on the first 15 minutes, which is completely fine, right? Even on the first 15 minutes, if we can get some sort of, remember I did tell you guys, pay attention to this fake out. So you see the way it's forming this fake out now, right? So if the fake out is there, that's confirmation number one. Now if we can get a closure below this, confirmation number two, and then if we do get a closure below this, then in the last 15 minutes we can start to look for a breakout, confirmation number three. So the break past this area, this will be our entry. On the break of this is our entry, but I am going to be extra bit careful and just look for something, as I mentioned earlier. Yeah, I'm gonna stay out of it for now. I'm gonna be extra bit careful because it's been consolidating for the longest. So yeah, I'll be extra careful here. Extra careful here. Guys, seriously, I love your stream. I'm tired of losing. I now have my last £1,000. Can I make it with your team? Well, if you are truly serious about trading, then join our private team so we can give you a risk management plan, scaling plan, teach you stuff about our strategy, provide you with the playbook, you know, so you can make your trading systematic. So if you're actually very serious, come and join our team. You know, we're not charging a lot. It's very cheap for what we offer. It's only about £100 a month, which is nothing. Like if you got £1,000 to trade with, man, you can make £100 from one trade. So literally, like the fees that you do pay us, you can make it back in one day trading alongside us. And you know, we've got a crazy win rate. Sell now? No, not yet. We're gonna wait for some sort of a confirmation, because again, my thing is, right, I like everything. Well, see, the thing is, on the previous candle now, it ended up closing as a breather candle, right? But the only thing that's really throwing me off is this level here. I just want to make sure that we can clear this level without any problem. So for me now, to be honest with you guys, I do feel comfortable once they start to give you some sort of break past this area here. Until then, I understand that it's been consolidating for the longest now. There is a very high chance that this can just be, again, our target for price. Remember, I told you guys, right? Each candle has a job. So what is the job of this candle here now? To give you a breakout and retest the next area. The next area is the next destination. The next destination is this area here, because this is the Wakefield area on the 4H, right? As soon as they give you a Wakefield area on the 4H, they have two things they can do: either reject the price or start to give you a pullback, or just break past the area, right? So I think it'll be a very smart thing to do. A very smart thing to do will be to just stay out of the markets, look for some sort of a closure below this, because you've got plenty of range to the downside, and you can look for something safer, in my opinion. That's why usually I am a big fan of those impulsive entries, but as I said, this consolidation is throwing me off. So I'll look for some sort of a closure below this, close below this. With the New York Stock Exchange open, we've got a lot of volatility coming in, so there is no rush, right? So sells below this, in my opinion, need a closure. That's the safest confirmation below this. Yeah, usually, guys, you gotta understand, like, you have to be very picky, and today we have to be picky, because the consolidation, I just don't like this consolidation. So sells below here, but we do need a closure, and this is where we will use the New York Stock Exchange momentum and enter the markets. What would the TP be? The TP will potentially be, the first TP will be around the 26 mark, the 27 to 26 mark, but the main TP that we can achieve today on the intraday is the daily lows, which is around 1919, 1920, because again, the way they pumped up the price left a lot of imbalances down here. So yeah, I think our sell position below this will be very decent scenario. So guys, I think the impulsive entries below this, just stay out of it. It's not worth it, because again, try to think about it, right? If they do give you a break past this area, if you look to the left, this is just not a clean range, in my opinion. So I think if we do get some sort of a nice clean break, retest and break, that would be the safer bet, in my opinion. That would be the safer bet for sure. Because of the way the previous 4H closed as well, I'm just not a big fan of it. That's why I said I'm looking for these confirmations. We have confirmation number 1, fake out. Confirmation number 2, 4H double top. Confirmation number 3, closure below this. And the confirmation number 3, when it is there, the confirmation number 3, then we're just looking for an entry candle. Entry candle is essentially just a break below. And so now think about it, right? We have the confluences and we have the confirmations. We have 2 confirmations. I need a minimum of 3 confirmations for this to, for me to be interested in executing this. Again, it's a game of probabilities. That's what trading is about. The probabilities, they need to be on your side. At the moment, I think we need just a little bit more confirmation before we can execute on this, because again, usually something like this will be enough for me. But one thing I have, again, on this, which I have realized, is the consolidation today, right? What happens when you're consolidating the markets? Well, when you're even, you can trade consolidation. So when we are trading the consolidation, you will sell the highs and you will buy the lows. So think about it, right? Who says that they're going to break past the consolidation lows now? Who says it? Well, we don't know that. No one can predict, right? So that's why, again, I think we will start to get into trouble if we try and predict a breakout here. So I think, like, actually waiting for a breakout here today will be sensible. Usually you can anticipate a breakout with the momentum, but again, the consolidation here has been holding for a long time now, very long time. And usually when you do break past the consolidation areas, the volatility factor again kicks in due to a lot of liquidity being generated. Remember, again, I said the word liquidity now. So if they do want to grab liquidity now, you guys need to again think about it. What they can do is on this kind of here, they can give you an aggressive breakout, retest the 4H 50%, end up closing the markets back above the consolidation area. Next one breaks the highs, and then that's where they give you previous weekly 50% retest, right? So think about it. Always think about the next move. What can price do next? Well, at the moment, it can, yes, give you a breakout, but again, it can end up closing as a rejection candle, leaving a massive wick. And then that's where the next one can open, break past this, and this is where they can give you that previous weekly 50% area, trapping everyone down here, trapping everyone up here, and then from there start selling the markets for the rest of the session, right? So always think about the next move. And yeah, let's see. Let's just let it set up. It's breaking. We would have entered the markets here earlier, but today we're just being conservative, so willing to miss out on this. But this was our entry, and that was the impulsive entry which we were interested in. And this would have been that sort of area where we would have made it risk-free, but I don't think it's worth it, to be fair. It's really not worth it today, in my opinion. I think waiting for this will be much better, much better. But yeah, there you go. We are seeing a breakout. So again, what we did anticipate is playing out, which is very good. It's always something that we like to see, and it builds confidence. You know, when you anticipate certain things and then they play out, it builds confidence. But again, we are going to be very smart about it. This is just the first move. What would the actual move what would the actual move be? I want to trade the actual move, not the first move. I'm willing to miss out on the first move. I want to see what the actual move is. Either retest, reject, and then pump for the rest of the session, or a nice clean breakout candle, pull back for the New York Stock Exchange, and a dump for the rest of the session. So I want to be very smart. It's like you're playing chess, right? You're looking for the next move, the next 2-3 moves. You're not just taking anything that markets throw your way. That's where people get in trouble. They become part of the liquidity because they just take what the markets give them. The first move the markets give them. And usually, you gotta understand, if 90 to 95% lose in these markets on daily basis, they need to trap you. They need to trap the 95% before they give you the actual move. So when you actually think about all of the concepts of trading, actually staying out of these moves should be part of the game for most of you guys, because that's what brings the edge, doesn't it? If 95% are being trapped, clearly, they are going to do something booky, which seems like a decent move, but traps 95% and then gives you a decent move. Think about it, right? When you actually think about all of these trading concepts and you understand how they sort of move the price, that's where you can just start to stay out of it. Don't become the liquidity which majority of these traders actually do end up becoming, and then you can time the markets when there is the volatile factor there as well, and then be in and out. And I think that's what trading is about, right? But it again requires patience. You can't just get to this stage if you lack patience. So think about this now, right? What could happen? Think about it. Well, it is dumping now. It looks like a decent dump. But again, think about it. You've still got 12 minutes left before this candle comes to a closure. But what if it ends up closing as a rejection candle? What if it ends up now causing a fake out from down here? Remember, we caused a fake out from up here. But if you are technically trading within the consolidation and you end up seeing a fake out from down here, next one breaks the highs, then you're trading the consolidation, and most likely it is coming back up to retest the highs. So I think today is sensible, missing out on this, letting it play out just a little bit more. We need some more data, we need some more information just to see if this breakout here is actually valid, or if they are again just trying to trap majority of these retail traders. So even if you did take this impulsive entry, then this was your area where you wanted to make it risk-free, right? Since the impulsive entries were down here, and you would have been up about 13 pips now. But as I said, I was willing to miss out on this. I don't really care about this small move. I want to look for the actual move. Yo, what's good? Best stream ever. Appreciate that, my brother. How are you, Piri? How you been, my brother? Thank you so much. But yeah, guys, look, if you want to really do this, try and understand the actual concepts of trading, and try and miss out on these moves if you can, because FOMO will get you into a lot of trouble. And usually what happens is, this is where you need to understand, when you're staying out of the market, you are actually doing something. This is where most of these people, they don't actually teach you that staying out of the markets means that you're upping your skills. What skill level are you upping? Skill level of being patient. You're being patient. You have the willpower to say, no, I will stay out because I don't feel comfortable taking this, right? And as a trader, because you know, when you've been trading for so many years, like you've got this like sixth sense about the markets, right? You know that markets are just doing something dodgy. And I've got a sixth sense about this. Even though I understand you can give me such a nice clean move, I also have sixth sense about this because it just seems too good to be true, sort of thing, right? So I just want to be extra cautious here. And I understand that they can actually form a double bottom scenario from down here, because think about it, right? The resistance that we broke above is just creeping around here. So what if this is just a retest of the resistance, and now they want to start to cause a double bottom from down here and drive the price up, and then that's where they can give you the previous weekly 50% target. Think about it, guys. Think about it. And especially if you align this with the 50% area, which is also just creeping down here, this is a very decent target, you know, to the top side. If they start to reject the price from here and actually give you a fake out from the lows, now not only that you are trading the fake out, you are also trading the consolidation. You also have this confirmation here, which is the retest. Now you also have sustainable price action. So there's many confirmations that gold can also push up, right? So because I understand how price action works on gold, I will stay out of it and just wait for that extra bit of confirmation. Please also talk about physiology. What do you want to hear about it? Please let me know. Let me know. Guys, if you have any questions, just ask. I will try and answer as many questions as I can. But again, look, this is how I see trading, right? And I do this for a living. And this is what works for me. I understand what trading really is now. At the start of my journey, I thought trading was just like, you know, you get good at the analysis, you know, obviously you understand how the game works. It's part of losing and winning, and then somehow you become a millionaire. It doesn't work like that, guys. It doesn't work like that. Can you become a millionaire from trading? Of course you can. There are trillions of dollars being traded every single day, but guys, there is a blueprint how you can make millions. So at the moment, as an average human being, how can you become rich through Forex trading? Well, this is where you need to understand that there are opportunities out there, such as funding companies. So how can you take advantage of these opportunities? Well, first of all, you need to become consistent. You need one strategy, which is very consistent on daily basis, on weekly basis, on monthly basis. It depends what resonates with your personality. For me, I am an intraday trader, so that's what resonates with my personality. I cannot hold trades overnight. Otherwise, I cannot sleep. You know, so this is something that resonates with my personality. By the end of the session, I know if I've made my profits or if I've lost whatever was part of my plan, right? I know by the end of the day, I know the outcome. You know, I don't need to still think about trading once the session is over. That's it. I can switch off, rejuvenate, and then come back the day after and again, you know, tackle the markets. So first of all, if you can understand that there is those opportunities out there, now you need to start taking advantage of them. That's where we help a lot of people get funded, right? And we are doing a giveaway soon as well, where we will help some more people get funded. You know, we will give you free mentorship. And so now what you can do is, once you get funded, guys, you can't get, it's not that you're just getting funded with one company. You got copy traders now. You can use copy traders to get so many accounts and like sort of merge them all together from like different funding companies, and you can have millions and millions and millions in capital. And now this is where, when you're millions in capital, you're just doing like 10% a month and you're making shit ton of money because you've got so much capital. So there is a blueprint here to make millions from trading. It's not what you think it is. It's not flipping an account from £1,000 to £1 million. Yes, it is possible, but what are the probabilities of you flipping an account from 1,000 to £1 million? Well, the probabilities are very low. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. I've done crazy flips myself, but it's not sustainable. But when you have so much capital, like think about it, right? Imagine you can accumulate 2 million in capital. So now what would your 1% be on 2 million? Would it be 20 grand, right? If I'm not wrong, would it not? So 20 grand is your 1% now. Imagine if you can do 10% a month. 10% a month. Let me just do this in front of your eyes and then I'll show you guys. Imagine you can do 10% a month by risking 1%, right? Which is 20 grand if you have accumulated £2 million in capital. You are doing this every month. Now, let's go to our risk management sheet, make it systematic. Well, we have, let's say 1% risk every day, which is 20 grand. We take 20 trades a month. We have a 80 plus win rate. This is what you're doing every single month. How many months do we have? Let's say realistically talking, we have 10 trading months in a year. Or let's even say 9 trading months, right? 9 trading months in a year, okay? So you guys need a blueprint to make millions. There is your blueprint to make 2 million in a year. £2 million in a year. That's your blueprint right there. So again, focus on the consistency, focus on the process, and money will come your way. Trust me when I say that, guys. If you are consistent as a trader, you are part of the 5% who are consistent. Who are consistent. That's something very powerful. You need to understand that's very powerful if you are consistent as a trader, and money will come your way. So again, understand what the blueprint to make millions out of trading is and focus on the process rather than, you know, trying to flip these accounts. Invest in your education. You know, try and understand how to make your trading systematic. You know, find someone who does this on daily basis. You know, invest in your education. You know, you have to, right? Everyone has to. You know, I've invested in my education. I've paid the markets were my, you know, mentor. But you know, if you have someone who's you know, established something which is profitable, you know, work with them and understand the blueprint, and then understand what the process is to get to that point, and just work on it. You know, just keep yourself humble, keep yourself grounded. But there you go. The 1-over impulsive entries should have played out very nicely for you guys. Very, very nicely at this point. If you did take those 1-over impulsive entries, we stayed out of it because I'm still waiting for that New York Stock Exchange open. I want to see a pullback and a dump with the New York Stock Exchange open. At this point, it will start to also give us a closure below this, which I needed. So now if I can get some sort of open and dump, not in the first 5 minutes because it is a bit tricky, looking for something in the first 5 minutes because it could literally just open and also start to pump up. Maybe in the first 5 minutes they might give you a break past this area and then start to pump the price back up. It really depends. We'll wait for at least the first 5 minutes and look for something in the second 5 minute candle with the New York Stock Exchange open. Nino, take over. I'll be back. I need to quickly go get Red Bull. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, guys, it's Monday, so we need to be like on the right mental state, you know, like don't enter on everything. We wait all the confirmations, everything, you know, because guys, we need to like took the impulsive enter. Yeah, bro, makes sense, man. You're deep in profits now, bro. Keys are very good, bro. Yeah. Very nice, bro. Very nice. But yeah, at Mondays, we always need to be a little bit more conservative, you know, because yeah, we have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We don't need to be like rush at Mondays, you know. We like to be conservative at Mondays. Then we have the other days of the week. Mondays and Fridays, we always like be a little bit more conservative, you know. Makes sense for you guys? Because imagine you guys today are like really impulsive, took one trade, then you get stopped out, you know, and your like psychology gonna be a little bit messed up for Tuesday, you know, because you know you be like impulsive and all that stuff, you know. And then we are here chilling, waiting for all the confirmations, the best confirmations, and then we see and we took the trades if we have trades, you know, to took. Make sense for you guys? because yeah, it's all about psychological. It's a psychological game, so we need to fight the battles that we have, you know. Makes sense for you guys what I'm saying, or you guys see it on a different perspective? You can always say, if you see on a different perspective, you can always say here on the chat and we discuss about it, you know. Let's see. We have the closure. Agree with you, brother. Yeah, bro. Makes sense, right?
There you go.
We need
Have
to
the
be.
closure, have the retest, have the closure. Let's see what they do now. Again, as I have mentioned earlier, two ways it can play out. This can be your pullback on the 4H, and your 4H can start to cause a rejection from here, because we understand on the weekly they have this massive key level here for us. Again, understand the concept of grabbing the cheapest price possible, or your New York Stock Exchange is about to dump for the rest of the session. Either way, first 5 minutes, I'm not taking any single entry. I'm staying off the markets. But again, guys, the idea which we discussed in terms of the impulsive entry, which I gave out, which we personally did not take, you have hit your target, you know. So again, very successful trade was called out here. We didn't take it, and I'm completely fine with it. Now think about the daily candle, right? Look, the daily has a major imbalance all the way down here. So what are the chances of the daily actually flipping bearish? Well, the chances of the daily actually flipping bearish is quite high, because it needs to just give you that sort of bottom wick. You know, you guys need to understand how these candlesticks work. So now, if we can actually get decent closure in the first 5 minutes, and the next 5 minutes also starts to break below, I think it becomes a very nice trade to the downside. And this is where what you can do is you can start looking for those impulsive stop losses. Impulsive stop losses being this area here, and it's still quite big, but at the end of the day, you've got so much room to the downside. So it's really relative if the stop loss is big or not. It depends on the sort of range that we have. So anything below this, if the next 5 minutes actually does start to break below, I think this becomes a very decent position in my opinion. And then you kind of just let it run, because then he's going past that daily 50%, he's going past that 4H 50%, and yeah, let's see how it sets up. Because you need to understand, NYSE is a very volatile open, right? So the first 5 minutes is essentially where they are technically, you know, that's where the spikiness in the markets is. Let us know when you enter, bro. Of course. Bro, you took those impulsive entries I gave out earlier. You've made plenty of pips, man. Call your session. 35 pips, you're up now if you took those impulsive entries. Gold's gonna most likely drop for the rest of the session now. At this point, you could also be even more impulsive and use the highs here as a SL. Around 40 pips, because you have the target to the downside all the way down here. Yeah, let's see, let's wait on it. So the first 5 minutes have technically given you the break. The 4H is approaching this area here. Bro, I think what I will do is I would recommend, oh, never mind. Yeah, I think it's just gonna dump now, right? Yeah, I think I would recommend just staying out for now, because it is dumping very nicely, and This is a very decent position here, but I think, yeah, wait for a pullback. No need to be impulsive. Wait for a pullback. Yeah, I'm gonna wait, man. No need. It's a Monday. Waiting for a pullback. Staying off the markets. Waiting for a pullback. Because this has the potential of, trust me when I say this, right? This has the potential of flipping bullish from here and causing the biggest fake out, and then giving you a retest of the previous weekly 50%. Because look, the thing is, right, if I enter the markets now, this will be FOMO. Do you know why this will be FOMO? Because this was the trade which I gave out, right? Retest of this area. So now if I had taken an impulsive entry up there, this would have been me done, right, for the day. So again, if I'm trying to enter the markets now without any confirmations actually near this area, it's a bit impulsive in my opinion, right? So I will wait for at least the first 15 minutes to give me something down here and then look for a drop. It's just a Monday. I don't like to be aggressive on Mondays. I'll be so honest with you guys. I really don't like to be aggressive on Mondays. That's just my thing, because I understand it's a psychological game, and if I'm being impulsive on Mondays, it's just gonna run into me doing the same bad habit every single day for the rest of the week. So if I can have patience, that's where from day one I was patient, I was good, then it will also like lead into the same thing for the rest of the week, right? So that's why I just don't want to jump into anything impulsive. But it's a very nice position. From the minute it broke past this area, it was a decent position. But I've noticed one thing about myself: I don't like impulsive positions on Mondays. That's one thing I've noticed about myself. But for the rest of the week, I become so impulsive, and it works out for me. So I'll just keep on doing what works for me. But we're gonna chill just a little bit more. Because technically, we do not even have any closures. We need something at least the first 15 minutes, because then look, I'm even satisfied with the impulsive stop loss, but I need something for the first 15 minutes. Most likely, yes, it will drop for the rest of the session, which is completely fine. But what's throwing me off is this support area here, guys. It's throwing me off. It's really throwing me off. If we can start to see something past this area, then I know it will drop down to the daily lows. And guess what? Below this, I have a clean range of at least 40 to 50 pips. Again, the daily hasn't even moved 200 pips altogether. Keep that in your mind. So we're still trading within our daily range. That's not even a 200 pip candle. So what if this is a correction on the intraday for them to start pumping the price up? So I think today it will be smart to just sort of wait, just so we can see what the actual move is in the markets. Because, you know, I can still understand it makes sense for them to drive the price all the way up, grab the cheapest entry possible, and this is where they can start again accumulating those buy orders, since this will be the perfect area for them to start accumulating those buy orders, take it up, profit taking level. And then again, as soon as the profit taking level is done, they're also taking a lot of liquidity up here, because I understand where the stop losses are on the intraday, right? They will be up here somewhere. Massive spike up, massive rejection, start selling for the rest of the day. That's something I would be interested in taking, but I think I'll just have patience. But if you guys took those positions that I gave out, well done to you guys. You guys are running deep in profits. 50 pips up at this point now. That was the impulsive entry that I gave out, but personally stayed out of it. But yeah, if you took it, drop some W's in the chat. Drop some W's in the chat. If you took those impulsive entries, they played out very nicely. Very nicely. Again, any questions if you guys have for us, just go ahead, ask me whatever you have. Man, I feel like every time I drink coffee now, I start getting pain in my chest, guys. Is that normal? My heart goes boom, 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 boom. I start getting pain in my chest. Imagine if I get heart attack on the stream. Our streams would blow up. Trader gets a heart attack live on the stream. Do I need to get a heart attack for the streams to blow up? 65 pips, let's go. Amazing. Make sure you do start to secure though. Start to secure your trades here. If you're up 65 pips, it can run for the rest of the day as well, for sure. Bro, relax with the caffeine. Bro, earlier I had 5 shots of espresso and now Red Bull. Trust me, man. Without caffeine, I can't work. It's just something about me. Bro, these energy drinks will tax your body in the long run. Yeah, I know, man. You know, that's one thing I do, which is really bad about me. Like, it's the caffeine. I consume a lot of caffeine. Other than caffeine, I don't do anything. I don't drink or anything like that. But with caffeine, man, I drink a lot of caffeine. A lot of caffeine. And the worst thing about me is I binge drink it in like a very short period of time, which is when I'm trading. I would drink like 7, 8 shots. Man has trading discipline, but no caffeine discipline. Yeah, bro. Caffeine. You know what? Caffeine addiction is hard. I'll be honest with you. It's so hard, bro. It's hard. I remember during Ramadan, I had to quit caffeine, and the migraines that I had were insane. They were so bad. Literally, my head was thumping every single night. That's how bad the migraines were. But yeah, gold is sort of just dropping. I only drink water. Damn, bro. I don't drink much water at the moment. I will start drinking water as well. But yeah, water is really good for you, man. The minute you should wake up, you should drink water. You know, our body is, what is it, 80% water, 70% water? I have one coffee in the morning after like 2 hours of being awake, then pre-workout for gym. You know where my caffeine addiction got worse? It was from the point I started taking pre-workout. I was taking this pre-workout, it was called crack. Man, when I would take crack, bro, oof, like, you know that light bulb moment? Things would just like, the colors will change. Hi man, what's the difference between liquidity and rejection candles? Well, what you need to understand is liquidity majorly depends on the area price is trading at, right? So as an example, think about it, right? You need to understand where the stop losses are. So as an example, if people are buying the market, say, where would the stop losses be? Well, stop losses will be some place where price has given you numerous rejections from, something decent, right, which people can actually trust, because it's a game of emotions, right? People will emotionally invest into areas. That's how you have to see trading like that people will emotionally invest into certain areas, and if those certain areas break, people will emotionally get triggered. If people emotionally get triggered, that's where they start to make impulsive decisions and start to do a lot of the irrational things that they should not do, you know, a lot of the retail traders. So as an example, this will be an area which people will like to see gold respecting. They will start to either buy, take profits, or, you know, some sort of accumulation of orders will take place here. So that's where they understand, the institutions, the people with buying power understand the concepts of trading. They understand this is all emotions, right? And that's where they manipulate emotions to take advantage of the price. If you can manipulate emotions and you have a buying power, you can make a lot of money. Think about it. If you could sit here and manipulate emotions, you would be able to make so much money. But again, they have to do this with a rhythm. There is a rhythm in place, which is the algorithm, right? The algorithm is in place. So again, they can't just sit here, press buy, press sell. Then everything will be all over the place. So there still has to be that structure in place, so they can all flow together. All the people with the buying power, all the institutions, the hedge funds, they need to flow together. So there still is that, you know, algorithm in place. And that's why, if you can understand where the manipulation is happening, stay out of the manipulation, which is the liquidity. And you need liquidity for the markets to move, because the nature of this business is, if you lose, I win. If I win, you lose. So if I don't lose, and if everyone was to start winning, then there will be no liquidity, and then the markets will not move. So again, you need to understand that's what liquidity is. Liquidity is the most important thing. And if you can understand where the liquidity is, majority of the times you can make the right decisions, right? And this is where they also understand, right? Think about it, like a lot of the times, you know, people like to buy these meme coins on crypto. Like, you're buying, imagine this is your meme coin, right? It's trading at 0.01 and you want to buy this meme coin. Where would you buy it? Would you buy the meme coin? Well, someone says like, look, meme coin will there's a 90% chance that meme coin will come back to 0.01. Is pumping. It's at 0.05 now, and there is a very high chance that it will come down to 0.01, but the target for you is 0.10. That's the take profit level. Where is the most sensible area where you will buy this meme coin? Well, you will not buy it here, because most likely it will start to go back into the drawdown. You will wait for it to give you a pullback and then start buying as soon as it starts to retest that 0.01 level. So it's the same exact area that applies here. If they want to take the price up, they need to bring the price down, grab the cheapest price possible so they can make the most amount of profits. Does that make sense? So again, understand what sort of manipulation can they cause in the markets at the moment. They can make it seem like this is a clean sell setup, and this is where they can give you the cleanest U-turn. A nice clean engulfing bullish closure above this range here will most likely mean that they want to now give you a retest of this level here. But again, we understand we are in the bearish markets, right? And this was a very good setup. It's very unfortunate that I missed out on it, but it's completely fine. You know, I don't have any FOMO, guys. I understand what's happened here. What's happened here is that I was waiting for a bit more confirmation, and I just missed out on this sell position, which I did give out. I did call this out. So does this affect me? Not really, because I was not wrong. I was completely right. It's just that I didn't get a chance to take a nice entry. That's part of the game. I took that trade, bro. Amazing. I mean, I gave this out to you guys. I showed you guys there was 3 confirmations. You know, we did analyze the market, so you guys saw it from the higher time frame perspective. So if you took it, that was a really good trade, man. It's gonna drop, as I said, down till the daily lows, but I missed out on it. And that's completely fine. You know, the fact that I'm willing to miss out on these trades is very powerful. You know, because if you can actually miss out on these trades, then you can wait for the setups that you like. And if you can have the willpower to stay out of the markets, even when the markets are dropping so much and you knew that they were going to drop so much, and then you wait for something that you like and then you take it, guys, that's what you call willpower. That's what you call patience. That's what you call persistence. That's what you call dedication to the craft. And that's what brings you profit. I took it because I was waiting for that setup. Very nice. Yeah, I mean, that setup made sense. Everything was there for this to work out. The only thing that really threw me off was the consolidation. Other than that, I would have been in this position there as well. As I said, the only thing that really threw me off was the consolidation. Otherwise, everything made sense for this to work out, right? And you guys can see it. It worked out. Very nice. And if you took those impulsive entries, which we gave out here, you are running deep in profits. Very nice session for you here, that's for sure. But again, it's a Monday. What? Imagine if I had taken an impulsive position and imagine if I had taken a sell position here and then I got caught in the consolidation. Now, first day back, I'm stuck in consolidation. That's the worst thing you can do as a trader. Get stuck in consolidation where price is not respecting anything. It's going up, is rejecting, is going down, is rejecting. Mentally so draining. So I had to think about the R2R on this, not just in terms of PNO, in terms of my psychological state. So the R2R in terms of my psychological state was not in my favor, so I stayed out of it. Does that make sense, right? In terms of the money, the PNO was, yes, the R2R was in my favor, but it's not just the money that I again look for. I look for my mental state. Is it going to cause a lot of stress on me? If not, then I will execute. Otherwise, as I said, guys, if you have a lot of capital, you don't need to catch every single thing. You just need to catch 1 to 2 decent moves every week. As I said, if you can accumulate a lot of capital, 1 to 2% becomes tens and 20,000 pounds, right? That's all I'm saying. So understand the process. But yeah, gold is dropping. Very nice drop. Very nice drop. Very nice drop. The intraday is starting to reject, just how we anticipated. And yeah, let's see if they give you an intraday flip. Wick fill break, realistic target for sure. Very realistic target. And the thing is, it's just this hourly candle. It's done the whole thing now. It's literally done the whole thing. It wasn't even like that the first 30 minutes gave you something and the next one gave you opportunity to enter. It was just this 30 minute done the whole, it gave you the whole move, which is completely fine. How many likes do we have on the stream, Nuno?
23.
I think a birdie said if we hit 50 likes, gold will give us a buy setup.
Let's hit the like button. We have 50 target. 50 likes target.
50 likes target. A birdie said if we hit 40 to 50 likes, gold will give us a buy setup. That's what birdie said. And trust me, guys, Nuno has that button he can use twice a week. Don't forget, he's got the red button, the big red button. If he presses it, price starts to move. And he's got a 2-day limit. So, Nuno, do you reckon we can press the button if we hit 40 likes at least today?
Yeah, we'll see.
There we go, guys. If you want to see Nuno market maker, in action, drop a like on the stream. Show us some love. You got to understand, guys, doing this in front of everyone requires a lot of confidence and it's something which brings a lot of pressure to, us. And as traders, pressure is the worst thing we can put on ourselves. So we're trying to, give you guys as much as we can for free as well. But make sure, there it is. That's the red button, guys. It will be pressed if we hit 40 likes at least. So that's where you need to do your bit, guys. You need to show us some love. Drop a like on the stream, share the stream with your friends, share it on your social medias, and we'll try and stay consistent as much as we can. We'll show up every day and give these gems to you guys for sure. But yeah, there you go. Very nice fake out scenario. Yeah, very nice. It's coming down. There is an imbalance down here. Nice call out, bro. Didn't took it myself, but the breakdown was great. Thank you. Yeah, that sell position played out very nicely. I didn't take it myself either. It's a Monday. I don't really care about it because I can take this tomorrow and the day after and the day after tomorrow. So really don't care about taking every single thing, but it was a very nice move for Monday. Very, very nice move for Monday. And one thing I've realized about myself is, I've been realizing it recently, is that on Mondays I tend to be very conservative, and on Mondays the impulsive plays always work out. Always.
Yeah,
So,
we talk about that.
Remember we spoke
last
about
week.
it. I'm like, bro, on Mondays, I'm just so impulsive. Like, maybe I should, I'm so conservative. Maybe I should start being more impulsive, because every time Monday, those impulsive moves just play out. And look at it, it's happened once again today. So that's one thing I've started to realize. The market cycle is that Monday, they do give you those impulsive legs. So maybe next week we might take an impulsive position on Monday. And I've been back testing it for a long time now. It's not just something I've realized for the past week or two. It's been happening for a long time now. Again, guys, what can we do as traders? Well, again, we have plenty of range, right? Plenty of range. Understand that the daily range has not given you its 200 pip range. It's only given you 136 pip range. So the chances of gold still pumping past the daily highs is realistic. The chances of gold breaking past the daily lows is realistic. So think about it. You have these scenarios setting up, and that's where you can look for a position, but patience. You need to have patience, honestly. At the moment, yeah, not interested whatsoever. Don't really care for it. Nuno, are we getting close to the like goal?
More 10 likes for the 40. So
10 more likes to go, guys, before Nuno can press the red button. As soon as he presses the red button, the markets will start to move. So 10 more likes to go. Very nice stream once again. Gave you guys a lot of psychological tips. There's so many gems we will be dropping. Gave you guys a very nice call out. Again, amazing educational session once again, guys. People, I caught that sell trade. Love for the breakdown. Amazing, Uber. Amazing. I think everyone caught the impulsive entries. Hey, amazing, man. Yeah. Other than me, everyone made money from the live stream. Hey, drop a like. That's amazing. Got 44 people watching. Everyone just needs to hit that like button. And we've got another breakdown coming up here. And so, yeah. If you guys want to catch another position here, let's drop a like. Okay, 54. The time is 14:54. The session has roughly another hour before I think it will be silly to take trades. So we will extend the session for another hour today, okay?
Okay.
But bro, obviously past 30, we will not look for
Yeah.
anything. Yeah, same rules because there are no fundamentals. So, but we'll extend the session here, and if something sets up now, let's give it a go. So, again, think about liquidity, concepts of liquidity. Do we have the cheapest price possible for them to start driving the price back up? Most likely, yes. So now this is where let's measure this range, right? What business does price have rejecting from this area here and closing back above the daily 50% as well as the current 4H 50%? Think about it. If it starts to reject and it starts to give you a break past the daily 50% area as well as the 50% area that we have here on the 4H, most likely because they've got the cheapest price possible and now they want to drive the price all the way up. Again, as I've mentioned, we don't even have a 200 pip range on gold. We do not even have a 200 pip range on gold yet. So it's a very realistic scenario, guys. If I say that gold is going to start rejecting now, they're going to start rejecting the support area and start pumping the price up. If it happens now, this is your intraday buy positions setting up very nicely. Yeah, honestly, anything above this, I think it's a very nice scenario. Look at your 30-minute candle. Can we get a rejection on this 30-minute candle? And the next 30-minute candle can maybe give us a breakout to the top side. Yeah, I think I really do like it. But how big is this candle though? Because do we have any decent... Oof, the stop losses are a bit risky. Not risky, they're a bit tricky. Not risky, my bad. They're a bit tricky for sure. The stop losses, they're super big, aren't they? Super big stop losses. Okay, let's see how they open the price in the next 4 minutes. If they do give you a decent closure on this, I think our sell position could also be valid. It really just depends on the way they sort of give you an open, because they have got plenty of orders down here now. They have also given you a wick below, so most likely SLs got triggered here as well. Also, as well as SLs, you probably got your stops got triggered, your buy orders got triggered, sell orders got triggered. So I think this is where now they can start taking the price up if we get a really big rejection from here. So if we do get that rejection now, again, think about it, the intraday hasn't even moved 200 pips. We have this previous weekly 50% area. It makes more sense for them to give us the retest and then start sending the markets for the rest of the week, because the monthly is actually super bearish. So they do need to give you that bearish play in the last week, right? So tomorrow we've got news coming in at 3. We've got USD news around 2:30. He speaks it's not really news, it's more like an event to say. Again, speaks. So there will be fundamentals kicking into the markets as well. So I think if they do want to, you know what, we are not going to anticipate anything on the weekly at the moment though. On the 4H, it makes sense for them to actually give you a pump. If it starts to cause a rejection from here, they can give you a pump, especially if you get like a nice engulfing bullish closure on this. I could put my trust on this candle to start looking for that pump, because again, you are technically making this candle hit invalid. It is an impulsive position, but if we can get something, the concepts are there. They really are there for them to start driving the price up now, since they have the cheapest price possible to start buying gold for the rest of the session, and they have not given you a 200 pip intraday range, right? See you tomorrow, guys. Have a good evening. See you, bro. See you. Take care. Enjoy your profits. Very profitable day. Ooh, I think they're starting to cause rejections from here now. Yeah, this is where you see that clean pump from, and look at this, a pump from here, a rejection on this. As soon as I could put my trust on this candle for sure. Let's think about it. Look at the 1H quickly. Yeah, the 1H is also rejecting this support area, but technically it is a pullback at the moment though. So let's see if we can put our trust on this 15-minute candle. Let's give it a minute, another minute or two. Let's see how price actually opens first, and see if we can put our trust into this candle, because within this half an hour I'm looking for something. If it doesn't give me anything now, then obviously I will be calling it a session and it will be a no trade day for me. So within this half an hour, if I can look for this buy position now, it makes sense. And yes, it will be a buy position. I will not be interested in selling the markets unless I can look for something from up there. I would not be interested in selling the markets. And okay, 30 minute, literally giving you a closure right below this 50% area, right? That's the thing. It's giving me a closure below the 50% area. I need something at least above this, just one confirmation above this. So it depends what they do in the first 15 minutes here as well, because I kind of don't want to force a trade here either. So if they can give me some sort of a closure above this 50% level, then fair enough. Otherwise, the daily lows is a decent target for this now, right? Let's see. We will extend the session for another hour because the opportunities are there, because again, the daily hasn't really moved even 200 pips yet, which we understand is our average pip count on gold. It doesn't mean that it has to give you 200 pips today, but we will extend the session for another hour just to see if something sets up. Because with New York Stock Exchange open now, they have brought a lot of volatility into the markets. And another reason why we saw such a volatile play on the previous hourly was because of the consolidation. But this is where, if you actually understand the 1H candle, the lows are being respected. So as long as the lows are being respected here, this candle could technically cause a fake out, right? Because this is the breakout candle, this could be a fake out candle. So always keep that in your mind. Anytime you have a candle closing below a support or a resistance, you need the next candle to also break past the lows of the candle that closed below the support, right? So at the moment, the lows are being respected, cheapest price possible. 4H also is an open candle, so you can still technically reject. It's not like giving you a closure. Look at the closure on the previous 4H, which actually closed as a rejection sort of candle to the top side. So we do have that 4H confirmation to the top side, you know, suggesting that they do want to take the price up, but they need some confirmations, right? So I think if we can get something setting up from here now, a nice rejection pump, I think it could be a decent play in the markets to the top side for sure. But we need a confirmation, that's for sure. Okay, so let's give it another couple minutes. If we can get a bullish closure above this, then it's making the previous 30-minute candle invalid to say, and we can look for that leg up. We can most definitely look for that leg up to the top side.
Another 5 likes.
Another 5 likes to go, guys, before we hit the 40 likes, and then Nuno can press the, you know, market maker button, and then the markets can start becoming super volatile. And guys, if you have any suggestions for us, how can we improve this stream, because you guys are the ones watching us every single day, if you think there is something we can do to improve the experience for you guys, because we really do want to grow this stream, you know, I have a vision for this. I want to get it to a point where we have thousands of people watching. So, you know, if you guys could give us feedback, it would be really appreciated, because I know some of you guys have been watching us for like a month now. And you know, at the moment, relatively still very small, 40 to 50 people watching, but that's again very decent because it is a trading live stream, right? We haven't really been in the industry for a very long time in terms of like the marketing side, right? I've always been trading, but just not marketer. But you know, that's where we are obviously trying to grow this so we can give education and bring the actual trading scene back to life, because at the moment there's just too much, you know, BS going around. So let me know if you guys have any sort of feedback for us. You know, we really do appreciate it. Thank you. Also, look at the structure, super bearish, man. They need to give you some sort of a decent pullback at this point. I think this could be a good buy position that sets up. It really could. It really could set up. Especially the 1H lows are still being respected as of yet. Let's see how they kind of close the markets in the first 15 minutes. Because not only that, you will now get the 15-minute confirmation, because you've literally got the rejection here, you've got the bullish closure here. The next 15-minute could be the breakout candle. So I think if we get a bullish closure on this candle, or even a breather closure, next one breaks the highs. Now you're getting technically a 30-minute confirmation, right? You got the 15-minute candle here rejecting, 15-minute candle here again rejecting and closing bullish. Maybe put the date on the title of the stream, so if people look back to learn stuff, they can see the date. Oh, okay, thank you so much. I'll start doing that, bro. That's a good idea. Just keep giving good content and you will grow naturally. Appreciate that, coach. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 80 pips today, time to go back to the bed. Lol. Yeah, man, I think everyone caught the impulsive entries but us, Nuno. We're the ones giving up the trades, but we didn't catch our own trade. What's happening here? Are you in any trade, bro? And keep up the good work. Appreciate that, Mike. We're looking for a reversal from down here. Now, we gave this trade out all the way from up here. The trade should be running 83 pips in profits, but we didn't personally take it. Very nice drop we just called out here. If you go back to the stream, you can actually see what we said about this. But yeah, we stayed out because I just wasn't feeling comfortable today. Last night didn't get much sleep either. And I understand when I don't get much sleep, usually I don't make the right decisions. So I've come to accept the fact that, in these days, I might as well just stay out of the markets. Sure, I'm missing out on it, but whatever. Who cares, right? I got the big tip for you, bro. Start saying straight to the TP. Yeah, I'll go get the t-shirts with the print straight to the TP. And who's going to buy a t-shirt, guys? Guys, if I make a t-shirt that says DA Forex live stream straight to the TP, let me know. Would you guys buy the t-shirt? You know what? Let's do a little poll on the YouTube live stream. Also, I want honest answers, guys. Honest answers. Would you guys buy the t-shirt? Let me know. The best in the game. What's happening, my brother Simon? What's happening? Would you guys buy the t-shirt that says straight to the TP? Should we make straight to the TP t-shirts? Let me know.
Actually, bro, it's a white t-shirt, bro.
That would be an amazing t-shirt. Imagine you wear that t-shirt and it gives you luck. That would be so sick.
You can supply them.
100% I can supply them. Yeah, let's have a conversation about it, man. Hit me up. You can supply. That's amazing, bro. I actually forgot how to do the polls, man.
I think I was on OBS.
No, it's not on OBS. No. It's actually on the chat, but I forgot how to do it. I'll DM you on Discord. Guys, best way is to DM me on Insta as well. A lot of the times. Sometimes I'm not on OBS, so if I'm not on OBS, my bad, Discord, I said OBS, apologies. Just message me on Insta because I will reply and get back to you on one of the platforms for sure. But there we go. It is setting up very nicely now. Can we press the red button, Nuno? Is there a possibility of us pressing the red button or not yet?
No, not yet.
Come on, guys. He's only got 2. He can only press it twice a week, so you got to give him some motivation to press it today. Otherwise, he's gonna save it for the rest of the week, man. Red button activated, dude. Bro, we need to. Nuno, press the red button. Boom, and the price goes straight to the TP. That's actually sick.
What position are you?
What position are you looking for, brother? We're looking for some sort of a correction from down here now. But let's see what sort of a closure we get in the first 15 minutes. Otherwise, I might just call it a no trade day here for myself. I didn't get to sleep much last night, guys. I'll be so honest with you. And during these days, I just feel very tired and drained. And, on those days, I have learned it the hard way, to be honest. I should just stay away from the market. But if this position sets up, then more than willing to give it a go. But as I said, it needs to give me something, some sort of a bullish confirmation from down here. Otherwise, look, markets are going to drop for the rest of the day. And personally, for me, looking for a sell-off right now, it's a bit too late for me to sell the markets now. We did give this position out again due to me being very tired and not in the right psychological state. Ended up staying away from the markets, even though I didn't know this was going to play out. But again, the consolidation was throwing me off. So, that's what trading is about. You need to understand yourself as a human being. Like, when are you in the right mental state to execute? When you're tired, you just stay away. because missing out is a really good thing, guys. If one thing I can tell you is that you should stay out of the markets. You should actually stay out of the markets when you're not in the right mental state. Believe me when I say this, no matter how good you are at risk management, at technical analysis, fundamental analysis, if you are not in the right mind frame, you can make a mistake which can lead to another mistake, and that's where the compounding effect kicks in. You just start making strings of mistakes. So again, always understand when you are trading that it's a psychological game. If you think that you cannot make a decent calculated decision, that's completely fine. If you can stay out of the markets, in my opinion, that's a victory. Again, my bad for not getting enough sleep last night. That's my fault, right? So how can I work on this now? Guess what? Tomorrow, get enough sleep. Not tomorrow, tonight, get enough sleep. It's so hot, guys, in the UK, and the thing is, it's like hot and cold, because I've got the AC on, and then it's freezing, and then I have to turn the AC off. It's just this weather. Because of this weather, I just haven't been getting enough sleep, because I'm not built for hot weather. Even though I come from a hot country, I've grown up in the UK, and the weather over here is always cold, to be honest. I'm just not built for this weather, so it's just been affecting me recently. Is it only me, or is it affecting you guys as well? I know people love hot weather, but for me personally,
bro, I hate it too.
I don't like hot weather whatsoever, I'll be honest with you guys. I don't like it one bit. And it's
So,
just, yeah.
guys,
It's about to be pressed. Do we have the
yeah,
likes?
I have 40 for me. What about for you?
40 likes. Can we hit 50 likes? Okay, 4 more minutes left now before obviously we can look for something here. So yeah, let's see. But yeah, if I can get you guys to understand one thing, is that if you are not in the right psychological state, if you're not in the right mental, stay away from the markets. Take a day off, relax. Guys, because we have this mentality of working hard every day, it's been sort of wired into our brain from the get-go. They always tell you the more you work, the more money you make. It doesn't work like that. If you want to become rich, you need to work smart. So for me today, staying away from the markets is me being smart, because I'm not in the right psychological state. I'm kind of exaggerating it, obviously, but I'm just trying to give you an example, right? I'm exaggerating it. I've just not had enough sleep, that's all it is. But so you have to work smart, not work hard. Because this is what I've learned the hard way when it comes to trading. I did try my luck with working hard. I was trading the London session, the Asian session, the New York session. I was trading everything, and I ended up blowing my accounts up. Not once, not twice, many times. But this is years ago, right? So that's where I had to swallow the hard pill. Less is more in trading. Same thing applies every single day. Staying out of the markets is the actual work that you're putting in. You know how you have to put the work in on daily basis at your 9 to 5. It doesn't matter whatever job is that you're doing. Maybe you're replying to emails every day. That's your 9 to 5. That's the work you're putting in. The fact that you're replying to the emails every day. You need to understand what's the work that you can put in when you're trading. It's staying out of the markets 90% of the times, so you don't become liquidity. So you don't get taken out every 2 seconds and blow your accounts up and go into over trading, which can lead to revenge trading. A lot of those psychological issues that can occur with trading, right? The big people I know in the space tend to take 1 to 2 trades a week. In fact, that they wait for highest probable setup because they have big accounts. They don't need to fish every day. Exactly. You don't need to fish every day. You can. So even the way I trade is super aggressive, which is 1 trade a day, is super aggressive, right? But I have the appetite to be aggressive. I'm very young. I have a lot of energy, so I don't mind being a bit aggressive. But once I'm in my early 30s, I'm taking 1 clean trade a week, because I've got so much capital. My 1 to 2% is making me 50-60 grand a week. I'm chilling, right? I'm happy. I'm chilling. But because I have the risk appetite, I have the time, I have the work ethic, I have everything that it takes for me to be aggressive. It resonates with my personality. That's why I am aggressive. I don't know what resonates with your personality. You need to find it, and then you need to apply it to your trading. You can't copy me. because even if you do copy me, you would not be able to replicate the same results as me. You need to find what works for you. I can provide you with all the tools for you to find what works for you, but that's what trading is about. You need to really understand, guys. I know every single thing about this business. This is what I do for a living. This is what I'm passionate about. I live and breathe trading, right? So trust me when I tell you these things, there is a reason behind it, because I understand how money is actually made in this business. It's not by taking crazy amount of trades. It's not by being really good at analysis. It's by actually operating from such a calm mindset, operating from such a calm mental state, and be willing to miss out on positions, being willing to scale up on positions. There's so much that goes into it that makes you successful. And experience is one thing you cannot buy. You can buy so many things, you cannot buy experience. The only way you can actually accumulate experience is by showing up every single day. So every day you actually show up on the live streams, you're accumulating experience, which will later down lead to millions in P&O, right? So that's what you are doing at the moment. When you show up every day and you actually don't maybe make a trade with us, and you just watch, you're educating yourself, you're gaining experience and knowledge, which will lead to, again, that compound effect of you accumulating a lot of P&O, which means your 1%, 2% will go up and you will make a lot of money. That's what trading is about. Try and understand it. It's okay to day trade until the account is big, because then you have enough experience under your belt to know what setups are best to wait for. Yes, exactly, 100%. I agree with it. And even with big accounts, like day trading is actually something you can do. You know, if this is what you do full time, you do this for a living, you can actually day trade for a living as well, for sure. As long as you have the risk appetite for it, as long as you have the capacity for it, as long as you have the discipline for it. These are the key words. Otherwise, guys, trust me, you can't just wake up and start trading for a living. Like, trust me, it doesn't work like that. You need to have all of these good habits installed within you. You need to rewire your brain. You know, once you can get to that stage where you understand what trading really is about, that's when you make money from this business. And, you know, honestly, that's me being so brutal with you guys. You can't just wake up one day, you know, take a course and then go on baby pips and then come join my stream and all of a sudden become consistent. It doesn't work like that. You need to tweak your mind. Once you can tweak it, you need to start analyzing everything from a different perspective now. You know, it's called the trader's perspective. You know, you have to be then in this flow state. You know, the flow state with the trader's perspective, everything starts to change. As an example, imagine if you're broke right now, you've got like £20 in your account, and then there is another person with like millions in their account. Look, your perspective and that person's perspective is two complete different perspectives, right? So again, if you're operating from a normal psychological state of a normal average human being who's got no knowledge or experience in this game, then you will not be able to trade the way I trade, because I am operating from a complete different perspective, right? If that makes sense. Taking courses is good to understand, but the real stuff comes showing up at the charts every day and experiencing it yourself day in and day out. Exactly, as I said, you can buy everything, but you cannot buy experience. Experience is something you gain with consistency by showing up every day. Guys, I haven't taken a single day off. You know, on Wednesday it's Eid and I will still be trading, because this is something I love so much. I put this before everything else, even though that sounds really bad, but this is what I love. You know, if trading was not here, I don't know what I would be doing. That's how much I love this. I put this before everything else. You know, I've compromised and sacrificed so much for this, and that's why I'm so successful in this, right? So you need to have that kind of obsession within you to be successful in anything in life, right? Hope we get a good Eid present from Gold. Yes, sir. I want my Eid. The markets need to give me my Eid on Wednesday for sure. Do we have 50 likes in the on the stream yet?
Not yet. 43.
43. Come on, guys. 7 more likes to go before we can hit big 50, which will make me so happy, which will ultimately put me in a better psychological state, aka give you guys good trades, equals a lot of money for you guys.
Bro,
think about it. Invest in yourself. Drop a like on the stream. You guys need to invest in, like when you are an investor, right? It's your job to invest in your trader's psychological state, because if your trader's in a good psychological state, he will make you a lot of money. So same thing, guys. I'm the trader. I'm your trader. Invest in my psychological state. Hit that like button. Let's get this to 50 likes. If this stream grows, guys, like I'll be very happy, because as I said, I have a vision for this, right? If I can get thousands of people watching us and actually trading alongside us, like I know I can help, I can do my part. And that's why, look, I can literally end this and I can go back to just doing the the private mentorship, which will make me a lot of money. I can do that, but as I said, I've got vision. I want to make an impact in this industry, right? I want to be known for the transparency, the actual legit trader, not a marketer, which most of these guys are, right? Again, I'm not saying any names, but you guys understand, this industry is a very hard industry to be in. So if I can make an impact, that's my vision. I want to make that impact to the highest degree that I can. So that's why, guys, I need your support. We need you guys to drop a like, share the stream with your friends. Everyone knows someone who's interested in learning trading. All you need to do is be like, hey, look, there's this guy here. He's an actual trader. He does it every day on the YouTube live streams. Watch him. And then from there, it just kind of compounds, right? We got 40-50 people watching every day now. We want to get to 100 by the end of next month. And if I can hit that target, I will be super happy. And yeah, guys, again,
Bro, for you to now we are talking like about the break, people like we just need to work and show up every day. The last time that I took like a break was on October 2021, bro.
That's crazy. So
that's when I go to Madrid. You remember that?
That's the thing. You need to understand, man. We're young. We're young with the right mindset. We have the work ethic. We have everything. We're unstoppable. Like, there's nothing that can really stop us, man. Unless God takes away my life, there's nothing that can really stop me. That's how I see it. I will achieve whatever I want in life, man. It's crazy, bro. Like, there's nothing that can really stop me from achieving, what I want in life. And again, this is something God's put in me, the willpower to keep going every day, guys. Becoming a trader is not easy, guys. When you've done it on your own. It's not easy, and trust me, it's that willpower. I would like to say again and again and again. And if you have it in you, no one can stop you. Trust me when I say this. Only God can stop you, right? That's how I see it. Other than God, no one can stop me. I will make it happen, and God's on my side, right? And trust me, you can make so much money from this business that you guys should be excited. You're gonna escape the rat race. Like, think about it. You put a couple years in, and by the end of your 5th, 6th, 7th year, I don't know, everyone has a journey. Could be the first year, the second year. You've made so much money where you can start investing into different businesses, which will bring you cash flow consistently every single month. And now, to a certain extent, you have that freedom where you can do whatever you like with your life. That's the kind of life I aspire to live. The kind of life where I want to wake up and I want to do something that I love, and there is no boss. I don't have a boss even now, and that's what keeps me going. I'm my own boss, so I've got to be very hard on myself, right? So that's where I have to be very disciplined, very hard on myself. And guys, that's what life is about, especially trading, right? Okay, team, how many likes do we have? Thank you guys for tuning in once
45.
again. I think it will be a no trade day here for me personally, because as I said, I'm a little bit sleepy today, so I will play my cards right and call it a session here and just not have any FOMO. We'll be back tomorrow. We gave this impulsive entry out, and as you guys can see, it was a very successful call out. Majority of you guys actually did take it, so you made a lot of money. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really appreciate every one of you guys. Make sure you join tomorrow. We are going to kill it once again tomorrow. And thanks again. Drop a like on the stream. Be back tomorrow. See you guys tomorrow, 1 p.m. UK time. Join our Discord. Nuno, do you want to drop the Discord?
Yeah. I'm gonna do
guys,
that.
join our Discord. We are about to do a giveaway where we will be offering a mentorship to some of you guys for free. You can join our team, give you our playbook, everything. Also follow us on our Instas as well. Me and Nuno, both of us on our Instagrams. And guys, again, have a blessed day. Take care. See you tomorrow. Drop a like. Peace out.